Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Skin Tips Saturday Live. My name is Yana Elston. I'm a skincare teacher, educator, and blogger. And every Saturday morning, I jump on my Facebook page, The Beauty Business, to talk to you about skin and beauty tips, wellness, health, well-being tips. Today, I'm going to review 2017, the beauty trends that we have seen in 2017, some of the crazy stuff we've seen. And if you're like me and you follow Instagram and Facebook, you will probably realize some of the crazy stuff that has been out there that never really even took off. But you know what? I think it's all in the name of fun, isn't it? It's all about fun and experimenting with things, and some things take off and some things, they're here and then they're gone in a second, in a flash. So we'll have a look at some of the beauty trends we've seen in 2017 and some of the best and the worst of 2017 and what's coming up in 2018. So I've been doing a bit of research and I've collated a lot of information for you. I have also created pin boards on Pinterest. So some of the looks that I'll be talking about, you can go and check them out on Pinterest. And actually, I will pop the link for you below. So let me just pop the link, copy. So this would be the weird. This is my pin board called the Weird Beauty Trends of 2017. Here we go. I'm just adding that to the comments below, so you can find a link to it in the comments below. And another link to some of the best beauty trends of 2017. So let me just copy that into the comments below. And you can check it out later on after we, as I discuss it, or you can check it on later. So let's have a look. What were some of the worst and craziest trends, beauty trends out there? Because you know what? These are the things that go viral, they get talked about. So I guess a lot of the beauty bloggers and makeup artists out there, they do these things just create a little bit of interest and create a bit of activity around their posts too. It's a little bit like when you go to the fashion shows, or if you've seen the fashion shows in Milan, in Paris, some of the gear that they wear, the clothes that they wear, the trending fashions, are not the kind of things that everyday people will end up wearing anyway. They're quite extreme in some cases, but I guess, it creates a little bit of activity and interest and get people to talk about it. And I suppose it serves as inspiration for a more modified down version of it for the people to wear in the streets. So 2017, I would think you would agree with me, was the year of the brows, and the brows that have gone extreme in many cases. Insane brows, I think, is another title I've seen another blogger talk about it. Insane brows of 2017. So if you look on my Pinterest board, or I've pinned some of the insane brows you've seen on Instagram or bloggers, but not in the streets. You don't see people wear these brows in the streets. They just did not take off because they're pretty out there. So, for example, the squiggle brows. Have you seen those? Literally, people paint squiggle brows on. So not the typical shape brows like we normally have. Mine is more natural, but literally squiggles. So they were trending there for a little bit, and not a flattering look. I think you have to be extremely attractive to be able to carry something like that off, even for photography, for Instagram or for the blog, but definitely not on the street or party or clubbing. So there were squiggle or wavy brows. Now the heavy set block brows. Now these literally were like thick, like bricks brows, and either they were wide at the inner brow and then tapered out, or they just were literally a square block brow. So there you go. We've seen that. And black as black and total block. There was no feathering. You couldn't see individual brows. It was just a block of color there for the brows. Bushy brows are huge this year. The bushier the better, and because they're bushy, they tend to style the brows in different ways. So you've seen spiky brows. Have you seen those? You just get a little bit of gel, I suppose, and then they pinch them and then spike them, so they look like almost the punk punk, but in the brows, not in the hair. So punk brows or pinched brows. Platted brows, have you seen that? Somebody's actually plaited an eyebrow or plaited some hair and then stuck that hair piece on the brow to make it look like a plaited eyebrow. So that was interesting. And I've seen some variations of that where they were colored, like rainbow colors as well. Ponytail, I've seen one and I've popped it on my Pinterest board where somebody literally had a little ponytail stuck on the end of the eyebrow. So you had like a little ponytail brow. So there you go. Fishbones were there trending for a little bit, and a lot of bloggers took off with that, and a lot of Instagrammers, where literally because the brows are so bushy and thick, they got them to separate, so they look like a fishbone. So they're separated down the middle and feathered up and down like that. And the most recent variation on that I talked about last week, which was the Christmas tree brow. So they literally they feathered out the brows and then popped some sequins, little bobbles to make it look like a Christmas tree. So there you go. Bleached brows we're in too. It's interesting. I put it into the weed category. Only because it's not a trend that's taken off on the street. So not everybody, you don't bleach your brows and go to work with no brows. Brows add definition to the face, don't they? So once the brows are gone, you can't really see what the person is expressing. So they were interesting on the catwalks though, and some of the fashion shoots. And I think only people with certain skin tone can carry it off really well. So bleach brows were one of the little trends that went on in 2017. McDonald brows, oh my gosh. Have you seen those? Literally eyebrows penciled in like so. So you look like a M for McDonald's, so they're called McDonald brows. Actually, I've seen that some years ago. They had McDonald brows in one of those posters you see, you know, the crazy things you see in Walmart, and there was a lady with this enormous, gigantic brows. So McDonald brows, nah, just not flattering look for anybody, so it's doomed to fail. Foil brows, so literally on the catwalks we've seen, I can't think of who it was. It's on my pin board, you'll see it, where they cut foil shape, eyebrow shape out and literally stuck it on. So you look like you had foil brows or metallic brows. There you go. Double, triple brows. Have you seen that? So literally you've got a perfectly shaped eyebrow, then underneath another one and underneath another one. So they actually drew fake brows on. The other variation was on top. So it pretty much took over the whole forehead. Triple, double, triple brows and colored brows. Now I put colored brows in both the worst beauty trends and beauty trends that are here to stay, because I have actually seen people wear colored brows on the streets, and on some people, and if the makeup is done right, it can actually look quite pretty. So let's say lavender, light pink brows. They were quite pretty. Some of the ones we've seen that were a bit extreme for catwalks, for photography, not really for street fashion, were rainbow colored brows. So literally they would put in rainbow colors or block color. So bright red or bright fluoro green or fluoro orange brows. Now, again, it's not a flattering look for most skins and for most people. So it was just a fashion, that trend that came and went very quickly. So these were just some of the other brows. Have you seen any other brows in the beauty trends or on Instagram and so on? If you did, and if I missed anything, pop in the comments below. Let me know what you've seen, or maybe grab a screenshot of a brow that you think was pretty crazy and pop it down in the comments below. I'd love to see it. Hi, Danielle. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm a bit late this morning, actually, because we're painting our house today, and we were just getting things ready, and I was running around, and yes, I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I imagine most people are still quite busy away on holidays anyway, so they'll be watching this a little bit later. So you can always catch up on my videos because I keep them on the page, so you can watch them a little bit later. So let's talk about what else, what were some of the other worst beauty trends that I've seen. We've just talked about brows, spider lashes. Have you seen that? So I've put lashes in both the worst beauty trends and beauty trends here to stay, because false lashes have been huge in 2017, more so than ever. I've seen people wearing it to parties as well as for everyday wear. I see people wear it just for normal everyday going to work. They're wearing these long, full, thick lashes, so they definitely here to stay. But some of the worst variations I've seen is where they look like literally spider legs, so they're not full lashes. They've just got the lashes in clumps and very extremely long, both on top and bottom. And in another pin that I think I've pinned it on my board is where there was a little sequin stuck to the tip of each of those spider lashes. So came and went. I don't think that one's to stay, but certainly I think full false lashes are here to stay. I think they can make the eyes look quite gorgeous. Glitter lips. This is the extreme glitter lips where they paint glue on the lips and they stick sequins on or little jewels on the lips to make them glitter. Lovely to look at on Instagram, but it's so impractical. Imagine drinking or eating with that. You just possibly can't. So even going to a party, it just was never going to really work out. So they look pretty for photography, but not a realistic makeup trend that would stay here that people would actually use. Wavy overdrawn lips. Have you seen that? I mean, that's creepy as, and I've pinned it on the board so you can have a look. So literally the liner was drawn in a wavy fashion over the skin, way overdrawn over the lips and the bottom as well. And then the whole thing was filled in with lipstick. It looks so creepy, I swear. Not here to stay. I think you jump on the bus with overdrawn lips like that, wiggly lips. I think people will run. So no, not here to stay. But people experimenting. I think it was inspired by the wavy eyebrows. And I've seen actually, and I think I've pinned it on the board, one makeup look that was done by a blogger where she had the wavy eyebrows, wavy eyeliner, and then the wavy lips as well. And it looked just creepy as. So she looked like she was melting or something. So yeah, so that's one of the insane beauty trends we've seen in 2017. Fake freckles. I mean, really, we as beauty therapists, we spend so much time trying to fade freckles for our clients. So our clients are using products at home to even out the skin tone and get rid of freckles. And we're doing peels and microdermabrasion and laser treatments, trying to get rid of freckles. And here you got some young people go and paint them on. Yes, they're cute because you can see freckles on little children. So I suppose it's supposed to make them look cute, but it's not going to stay. I think that even skin tone is going to be always a favorite for people. But anyway, I suppose in the name of fun. Pearls, sequins, beads stuck on. So we've seen a trend where some beading was stuck on just around the corner here. Usually this makeup look would be quite bland all over, and the highlight would be the skin and the sequins. It looks cute, I suppose, on stage and on catwalks and in a fashion shoot. But again, you won't see that people walking around the street with sequins and beads and pearls stuck to the face. I don't think it's going to happen just as yet. Maybe in the future, who knows? But I think that one's pretty much come and gone. Rainbow colored eyes. So the trend for 2017 that we've seen on some of the fashion catwalks were bold, block, bright, fluorescent almost color eyeshadows used, and there was no logic means or there was no technique or anything like that. It was just literally just plop the color on and that was it. So you would see, for example, green square painted on the eyelid and then a little red triangle here and some blue lines, and that was it. So some quite graphic block eyeshadows. Again, for catwalk, I don't see people wearing that to work. It looks a little bit bold, I suppose, and people tend to go a little bit more conservative when they wear makeup for work or for everyday. Extended eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow when not just on the lids. In fact, I've seen some eyeshadows that actually were applied to the forehead, around the temple and the cheeks. So whereas the eyes were left naked, maybe a little bit of mascara, the eyeshadow was actually applied to the outer corners of the face. Interesting look. If it's done in a subtle way, I think it'd look quite pretty, and I suppose I might wear it to... Nah, not going to wear it to a party. I was about to say I might wear it to a party. Nah. I do some stage work. Yep, definitely for stage work, but I don't think so. I think I would have a lot of questions around that. I have seen some eyeshadows where the eyeshadow was applied and then blended to the outer corners, almost to the temple. I thought that looked quite cute, especially when the colors are not too dramatic and too bright, but they're more subtle and almost pastel. They look, I think, pretty. And as long as the eyeshadow color contrasts with your natural color eye, it can make your eye pop too. So if it's done really nicely, but not in the graphic sense that I've seen on the catwalks and fashion blogs. Let's have a look. What else have we got? We've got graphic eyeliners. So we've seen eyeliners like there was no blending of the eyeliner whatsoever. So you would see a really strong, bold line drawn, overdrawn to the temple, and you might have another line drawn over the top, different ways. I've seen one bold eyeliner drawn from the inner corner of the eye underneath all the way out, and there was it. Everything else was nude. It was basically look at the eyeliner, not look at the person or look at the skin. So that kind of makeup trend is never going to stay. It's all about really just drama, and people want to create drama when they're on stage on Instagram because that's what gets talked about, doesn't it? So statement eyeliners in black and in color as well. So I've seen eyeliners in bright fluoro green, again used as an eyeliner, and yeah, that was really interesting. So these were some of the worst or some of the craziest insane beauty trends we've seen in 2017. Any one that I've missed out, or you've seen something else that you think would be worth looking at? Pop it in the comments below. Please share it with us. I'd love to see it. Now, what were some of the good or best beauty trends that I think will actually stay in 2017? And see, with beauty trends, beauty makeup, sometimes they're come and go. Sometimes they're inspired from the past. Occasionally, it's something a little bit new because the technology allows us to do something new. So let's talk about skin itself, because a lot of the beauty trends that we see really in magazines and so on are quite dramatic. They're makeup or hair. But let's talk about skin. What did we see in regards to skincare that was a beauty trend, and I think that's going to stay, and that is sheet masks. I think you get a pack, and inside the pack you have a sheet, which is a fabric sheet, and that's soaked in a gel or some kind of a fluid, and that whole sheet is then placed over the skin mask. My teenage daughters love them. I buy it for her. She uses it twice, 3 times a week. She loves it, and I've seen a lot of clients love it as well. They're very expensive to use because you're spending like $3, $4, $5 per mask, which is a lot more expensive than if you buy yourself a tube mask and then apply the gel or the fluid or the cream or whatever to your skin. So they're a lot more expensive, but they're here to stay. I think they're convenient, I suppose, or it's just a trend. And I've seen some, particularly in Korean shops. My daughter's right into K-pop and K-beauty trends, so we sometimes visit the Korean beauty shops, and the sheet masks they have, they're all different patterns. You can get a tiger mask, you can get a kitty mask, you can get a mask covered in gold or floral mask, or there are all different ones. And again, I think it's just gimmicky, it's just for fun. Do they work any better than your traditional masks that are in a tube or a jar that you paint on? I don't think so. It's just a trend. But they're here to stay, I reckon, because they're quite popular and people are using them. So they're here to stay for sure. Now, another trend that I've seen that's here to stay is the bold matte red lipstick. I think that's here to stay. It looks gorgeous on women. And red always comes in and out of fashion. Red always pops up around the winter time, and red always is one of those classic colors that most people with different skin types can wear as well. So, but I think the differentiation was that it was matte this year, and it looked quite pretty on a lot of people, and it was popular. It's still popular. So I think they're here to stay. Matte, bold red lips for party. Smoky eyes, they're back, which is fabulous. What we've seen in 2016 going into 2017 is a lot of dramatic, contoured, shaped eye shadow, whereas I just in the latter half of the 2017, I've noticed more smoky, more natural, more sultry look to the eyes that covered both the top and the bottom. Lots of blending in, whereas the previous trend was really dramatic contrast between the light and the dark shade in the eyeshadow. So the smoky eyes, something to look out for 2018 as well, but it's definitely been a good hit in 2017 and it's here to stay. Glitter eyes. So there has been some extremes on the catwalk with glitter. So, for example, you would apply eyeshadow and then just have a glitter liner. I think that's fine. It's pretty. It's here to stay. But we're going to see a lot more shimmery, I think, colors, especially here in Australia. We're in summer. Shimmer is usually the summer trend. But you're going to see pearlesque, glitter, sparkly eyeshadows. They're here to stay. Whenever I go and have a look at makeup counters in department stores and in beauty salons and spas, I see those little palettes of glitter eyeshadows and they look so pretty. They're so seductive, and most people, you know, can have a little bit of fun with it. Now, the older you get, you know, obviously the less is more with glitter because it just falls into all the wrinkles and it's not a good look. But for young people, absolutely have fun with it. I think that's cute. So it's here to stay, glitter eyes. Now, what's going to be also here to stay is the false lashes. I talked about it a little bit earlier. In the beauty salons, we do a lot of eyelash extensions, which are like semi-permanent eyelash extensions. They're extremely popular still. And for those people who can't afford that, because it is an expensive beauty maintenance to do. You have to do your infills every 2 to 3 weeks and can cost anything above $80 for each infill. So for other people, they may want to use the stick-on false lashes, but have you seen the magnetic lashes? So that's just very late in 2017. These were launched. I saw them a lot on Instagram, advertised on Instagram. And literally what you have is 2 sets of lashes and they have magnets stuck, and then you stick them on. And a lot of people find false lashes really fiddly to apply with a glue. So the magnetic lashes were as a substitute to that. Have you tried them? I haven't tried them. I'm not into beauty trends like that. I should, I suppose, to see what they would look like. Actually, I should do that, shouldn't I? To see whether they're easier to apply or not. So magnetic lashes and false lashes. So look, false lashes are here to stay, whether you haven't done it at the beauty salon, whether you have the stick-on ones for every now and then for a party, or whether you actually invest in those magnetic lashes and give them a go and try them out. Radiant skin. Look, I think what's going to be what started trending towards the latter part of 2017 is that heavy caked on makeup and people going more for more subtle makeup. And in fact, when I was researching the beauty trends for 2018, and we've started to see it later in the later part of 2017, is more of a natural makeup. When you watch some of the beauty bloggers on YouTube or Instagram or on Facebook, they do makeup. They do makeup that takes layers and layers and layers and layers. Literally, they sit there for over half an hour applying just the foundation. So they put on a primer, then they put a concealer, then they put all different kind of contouring products, so highlighters and contourers. Then the foundation goes over the top. Then they bake it and cake it with powder. I mean, it's like foundation and makeup that's that thick. And what you will find is a trend going away from that And I've heard and I've read already makeup artists talking about for 2018, the trend will be towards more subtle makeup, more natural makeup, where you can still see the skin shine through the foundation. So you're not going to see these masks placed. It'll be more of a natural look. And in fact, I've read also that the highlighting, contouring, the days are kind of numbered for that trend. It's been around for several years now, and the trend's going to be more towards more natural face shape again, because the contouring and highlighting, it creates a different shape of the face, so everybody ends up looking the same. Have you noticed that when you see women do their makeup on Instagram and YouTube and blogs, they all end up looking the same, like a mannequin, really. And what these makeup artists are saying is that we're going towards more natural face shapes again, natural looks, and there's going to be a focus on blush, on the correct application of blush and where it goes. So that's interesting. So contouring is going to be working its way out. Heavy, cakey makeup with lots of powder, it's on its way out. More natural sheer foundations with subtle blush application is going to be in, and radiant skin is what's going to be happening. So let's look at the 2018 beauty trends. So radiant, glowing skin, natural, healthy looking skin is going to be the focus for 2018. Not so much on the contoured eyes, on the contoured face, those overdrawn lips. It's going to be more natural. So that's interesting, how things go in waves. It was only about 10, 15, 20 years ago that, women preferred the more natural look. Whenever I did a makeover on somebody, they go, oh, don't put too much makeup on, I want to look more natural. Whereas today, girls want the lot, everything with a lot. So it'll be interesting what we're going to see in 2018. So clean skincare as well. So what does clean skincare mean? Skincare with less chemicals in it, not necessarily natural. There is a difference between clean skincare and natural skincare. Natural skincare is made up of herbs, botanicals, essential oils, etc. Whereas clean skincare can be natural or synthetic, but it just has no nasties in it, essentially. So you're going to see a bit of a trend towards people seeking clean skincare and multitasking products. So products that can do several jobs at once. Now, we're in the professional beauty industry, so professional skincare products you see in beauty salons. We've been using these for years. I think these trends that they're talking about, this is mainstream in department stores and your cosmetic stores and so on, where the trends are happening. But in the beauty industry, we've been using these for years, multitasking products and clean products as well. Superfood ingredients in skincare, again, in the professional skincare lines, we've seen these for years and years and years, but now they're starting to filter out into the generic and mainstream sort of skincare. Superfoods such as acai, pomegranates, green tea, etc. They are superfoods that we eat to make ourselves healthy, are making their ways into skincare. Do they actually work? Who knows? Because, they're not absorbed through the skin. They're supposed to work on the skin. So it'll be interesting to see some of the ingredients. I know for sure green tea, pomegranate, they're beautiful antioxidants and anti-inflammatory ingredients. So they do certainly work. So you never know. We'll see. So we're going to see more superfoods in our skincare as well. And products to fight pollution. So the focus will be definitely to fight pollution, because we see so much of it more and more every day in the air, in the cities that we work. The smog is affecting our skin. It's causing people to age faster. It's giving people's acne. It's causing skin to look dull and tired and fatigued. So skincare that'll help to prevent free radical damage, that'll help prevent the pollution from causing damage, detoxing the skin, are definitely a trend that we've seen at the latter part of 2017 and on the rise in 2018 as well. So look out for skincare that fight pollution. I've mentioned a little bit too that my daughter's right into beauty, which is Korean inspired beauty, and 2017 definitely we've seen a lot of beauty skincare inspiration come out of Korea and then kind of hit the mass market. We're going to see a bit of a shift now towards J beauty, and J beauty is from Japan. So there's going to be a lot of innovations coming out of Japan that they're predicting, and they've already seen some of the skincare coming out, and it's going to be a little bit more simple. Korean beauty is about your skincare done in 13, 14, 15 steps. So you pre-cleanse, you cleanse, your tone, your serum, your moisturize, your ampoule, there's lots of steps involved in the skincare. Whereas what we're seeing is there'll be influences from Japan, and it's going to be more simplified and multitasking skincare as well. People are going to, pare down the steps in their everyday skincare routine. Natural, in regards to makeup, natural shape face, less contouring, focus on blush, which as mentioned before. Gold highlighter is something I've seen trending that we will see more of in 2018. So if there's going to be a bit of glitter, and it's going to emphasize the glow of the skin, we're going to see a little bit of gold highlighter positioned in a corner of the eyes, just slightly above the lips, maybe under the arch of the brows, and a little bit on the cheeks here too. So that's something to look out for, some gold highlighters as well. And shimmery skin. So again, because skin is going to be focused, there's not going to be so much makeup on it. So they're going to be creating a little bit of a gloss effect to the skin to make it glow. So less cake, more skin, more natural foundation. Something I've seen trending as well, and I think because matte lips were huge in 2017, we're going to see more of a metallic, shimmery touch to the lipsticks in 2018, and we've already started seeing that on the catwalks in the latter part of 2017. So even if you just put your lipstick on and then you have a lip gloss with a bit of a shimmer, bit of shine or glitter to it, and applied over the top, that seems to be trending for 2018. Now, this is not makeup or skincare related, but blonde hair was mentioned on one blog. Blonde hair is going to be trending in 2018. I suppose the Kardashians have been really setting the beauty trends for the last couple of years, and they've got gorgeous locks, dark hair. And I suppose people need a change, so they're looking for what's the flip side of it? What's the opposite of it? Blonde hair. Blonde hair, naturally styled, windblown, tousled. What's the other name for it when you can put ocean spray in your hair that gives it that ocean windblown look? So more natural blonde hair, obviously, is coming in 2018. And then finally, what's going to be trending, and I've seen more and more focus on it as we go through the years, but I truly believe wellness, meditation, and focus on nutrition is huge, going to be huge in 2018. We seem to be focusing more on well-being, health, natural, in skincare and so on. And we've been focusing on skincare for so long, but people are starting to realize is what goes in here makes the biggest impact on your health, well-being, and your skin as well. You could be using clean skincare, but if you're eating junk food, if you're eating processed foods, you are doing far more damage to your body and your skin than anything else. So there's going to be a huge focus on natural foods. So you're going to be seeing a lot more terms used: fake food, artificial food, chemical food, just like we've seen that in skincare, whereas people were saying, I don't want chemical skincare, I want natural skincare. People will be focusing on food like that as well. They'll be wanting to look for more natural foods. So it's going to be a big shift, and hopefully people will start to see results very quickly with that, because eating well, eating healthy, eating clean is going to make a huge impact. I know that's going to be my focus for 2018 as well. I generally eat well, but I do have my moments just like anybody else. So I'm going to be focusing on healthy eating and wellness, managing stress better as well, because really stress, poor diet, poor nutrition shows up on your skin straight away. And it tends to age skin faster. It gives people acne, can cause inflammatory skin conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis. So you will find more and more people will be focusing on clean eating, healthy foods, which is why a lot of those blogs where they show recipe ideas are huge, particularly when it comes to healthy food. So there you go. These are just some of the things we've seen in 2017 and what to look out for in 2018. If there is anything else you think that I should have talked about or you've seen that I've missed out, pop it in the comments below, share with the rest of us. Love to see that. Now, for next week, I would love to find out from you, what would you like to see more of on this blog in 2018? So I'm at the moment making a plan, my calendar for this page and for my blog for the 2018. So I'd love some ideas on what else would you like me to talk about, what you'd like to see. Is there anything that I've not talked about yet that you'd like to see on the blog? Pop it in the comments below. I'm also running a poll in my group, my private group for the beauty business students. So if you'd like to join in and participate in the poll, come on into the group. Basically finding out what it is that you would like to see more of so that I can deliver it to you over 2018. It's been so much fun. I've begun the live broadcasts early this year, and it's been great fun. Really enjoying it. It's been about learning curve, technological learning curve, as well as talking to people, finding out what it is that you'd like to talk about and hear about. So looking forward to your responses. And next week we'll talk about some of the ideas. You can pop on the live video and we can have a live chat as well. Alternatively, just join my group, the Beauty Business Students group. Well, I hope you enjoyed today and I hope you have a fabulous week. It looks like here in Sydney it's overcast, but it's so muggy and humid at the moment. So we're in for some warm days, not necessarily sunny days. We had a gorgeous day here yesterday, but today is overcast. Maybe we'll get some rain. The grass needs it. The garden needs it. So anyway, until next week, have a fabulous week, and I'll speak to you next Saturday for Skin Tip Saturday Live. Thanks very much. Bye for now.